I, the Somnium Files. We have swapped to our PS4 controller today. So that I hopefully am not, accidentally clicking off the screen, I guess, is what was happening. So a quick reminder of all the stuff that happened. There was the dead woman, the girl named Mizuki, us sleeping, and Aiba. And now we're in the boss, his office. Police Officer Mannequin.
Have you met my partner? This is my childhood friend, Mario. He's a good listener. I tell him all my stories when I get lonely.
This was the moment I started to worry about Boss's mental health. A flag with big catch on it. Soccer ball.
Looking at that reminds me of my old boyfriend from high school.
So Boss's old love interest must have been an athlete. Interesting. It's volleyball.
Overall length of 15.35 inches, width of 8.8, height of 5.35, and a body weight of just a hair over 830 grams. This RC car has friction dampers on the front and rear axles as well.
How do you know all this stuff?
I used to be a flag girl for RC car racing in my glory days.
Okay, boss. Alright. Shelves.
You think it's true that a Tanuki's ball sack can stretch up to 10 square feet?
Yeah, I wouldn't know.
A soba restaurant door curtain. Oh yeah, I can just, look. Bags hanging on a rack. Inside the bags are masks, like for costume parties. Why? A tombstone. Rip. There are wine bottles lined up. Okay. Cabinet. Okay. More shelves. The entrance. A chair.
Reminds me of you, boss. You have many faces, one inside the other. No matter how deep you go, you'll never get to the real you.
Matryoshkas eventually end, though. You get to the last one, the smallest one, like a child. That's the real me.
A child? I mean, I'd believe that.
Like it? It reminds me of you, Date.
My name is Kaname. The kanji for key can be read as Kaname. But that's not my real name. I don't know my real name. I don't know anything about myself past 6 years ago. A matryoshka. Large key. Okay. Oh, I see if it's still green.
It's me, Mario. Nice to meet you.
He talks?
Boss's friend, Mario. A soccer ball. It's a Tanuki statue. Bookshelf. It's full of files and binders, but I don't know of what. It's got books, manga, movies, games, all sorts of stuff. What does she do in here? It honestly seems like kind of a lot. A bookshelf. It has tons of things stuffed in it. A pumpkin carved like a jack-o'-lantern.
You ever wonder why we call all our pumpkins Jack? What if that pumpkin's name was Bill? Sorry, it was funnier in my head.
Pumpkin. A happy birthday banner decoration. The birthday party was a while ago, though. An electronic darts game.
Why do you have this?
So if we're trapped down here when World War III starts, we'll have something to do.
An electronic darts game. Oh my god, what the hell is with this office? A public bath door curtain. A map on the wall. A mysterious mask is displayed on the wall.
That's my grandpa's death mask.
Guy had a huge face.
It's Boss's grandfather's death mask. A souvenir from some rural town. I haven't seen one of these in a while. There's a pendant adorning the wall. Okay. A police poster. Oh, another police poster, apparently.
That's been here a while.
I mean, Christmas comes every year, right? It's a pain taking that thing down and putting it up again.
You know, I'm kind of with her on that. Decorated Christmas tree. It's been here since the first time I was in this room. There's a lot of stuff hanging on the coat hanger. Plaster figure. Stationary bike for indoor training. A boy band poster.
Yup. They're all my husbands.
Uh-huh.
Boss is single, by the way. Boy band poster. It's a lifesaver. A symbol.
I use that thing for stress relief sometimes.
I know. I can hear it all the way down the hall.
A snowboard. Triangular ruler. Just trying to make sure we didn't miss anything over here. So much to look at. Skis.
Are you familiar with the murder case at the resort called Spur? That's a Persian rug, you know. Very expensive.
Oh yeah? How much?
10 billion yen.
What are you, in elementary school?
Persian rug is laid out. Boss's desk. There are stickers all over the front. She has a computer on her desk. The type that has a monitor built in. Well, that leaves her. She's sitting on the desk casually. Let's talk about music
Interrogators
first.
say she hasn't said a word since we found her.
The doctors say she's traumatized. She can't speak. She's seeing a specialist at Central Hospital right now.
Did you take her to the hospital after we found her?
Yeah.
Were you with her this whole time? You're like her legal guardian, then.
No, she just lives with me.
Mizuki Okiura. The girl we found in the merry-go-round. She's 12 years old, in the 6th grade. Certain circumstances brought us to live together, but we aren't blood related. It's sort of like a stray cat that found her way into my home.
In any case, we're not going to get anything from her.
Well, let's remark on the
Where do you think
status
you
of the
are,
room.
Agent?
Metro Police Building in Kasumigaseki, Chiyoda District, Tokyo.
Underground. We're 6 stories underground.
Yeah, what about it?
No windows. Suffocating in here. Dark and dreary all the time. So, I try to make my office colorful. Liven things up a little. It's like a party, right? I want it to feel fun in here.
Have you picked up Renju yet?
He's at a police station nearby being interviewed. He's not a suspect yet, just standard procedure stuff.
Renju is Shoko's ex-husband and Mizuki's father. Not to mention an old friend of mine.
I wonder what Renju was doing last night. I did call him a few times. He didn't answer.
He didn't?
No.
The local police tried his phone too, but they got the same result. No one was able to get a hold of him until this morning. We explained the situation to him, had him verify Shoko's corpse, and naturally started asking him questions.
Alright, well, what's the
Who do you
status?
think I am, Date?
You're my boss? Commander of Abyss Metropolitan Police Department?
I mean, my name.
Huh. I honestly don't know. I've been calling you boss for 6 years, so...
Trust me, it's been more than 6 years.
I suffer from a memory disorder. I don't remember anything past 6 years ago. I've been having flashbacks recently. Fragments of my past.
Wait, what does your name have to do with our investigation?
Because if you knew me well enough, you wouldn't have to ask.
Ah, so, nothing to report then. Got it.
Well, are there any leads at all?
I don't know if I would call them leads.
What about the ice pick? The one we found in Mizuki's hand?
We were able to identify the manufacturer, but it's sold nationwide. It would be impossible to pin down the buyer.
Damn.
We did determine that the shape of the pick and the puncture wounds on the victim match perfectly. We also discovered that the blood on the pick is the victim's.
Meaning that ice pick was probably the murder weapon.
Almost definitely. The pick Mizuki was holding? The only prints on it are hers. The evidence is really stacking up against her.
No,
She's
she couldn't have
12.
done it. That's impossible.
Well, then you better hurry up and clear her. She is important to you, right?
Any other info?
Let's see. We have some more information about the victim, Shoko Nadami. It's up on the database. Although it's probably nothing you don't already know.
Well, maybe not. I haven't seen her for over a year.
Still, you know more about her than anyone else on the case, right?
This still seems like a, you know, a concern about him knowing everybody involved in this case.
It's
but,
part of the reason why I assigned you to this.
That seems illogical, boss.
Nadami Shoko, 36 years old. Female. Residence, Meguro District. Met Date Kaname 5 years ago through her husband, Okiura Renju. Date and Renju were so-called old drinking buddies. Renju and Shoko had one child together, a daughter named Mizuki, the prime suspect of this case. 4 years ago, they were divorced. Shoko returned to using her maiden name, Nadami.
I should also give you this. It's a picture of Shoko. You'll need this when you're trying to get information, right? Since you don't have a cell phone.
I took Shoko's picture and put it in my pocket. About the case 6 years ago?
Hey. Remember the case you brought up yesterday? The one that happened 6 years ago?
Date, forget about it.
What?
It's been a long time since I've been at a crime scene, and I got a little carried away, and... Look, it was a slip of the tongue, okay? Shouldn't have said anything.
That just makes me want to know even more.
That case has nothing to do with this one.
But it might.
Uh-huh.
Last night you said this could be a copycat crime.
Yes, that's my point. It might be a copycat killer, but it can't be the same killer. That's impossible. Literally impossible. So it's not necessary for you to know about past cases. It would only cloud your judgment.
Uh-huh.
I don't accept that.
Just give it up, Date.
Do we push her? Alright, let's ask her if we ever identified who called in.
The person who reported the screaming?
Right.
Unfortunately, not yet.
What's the holdup?
They didn't identify themselves over the phone.
You should have a location by now.
All we know is that it was a payphone.
Payphone? That's odd.
It is unusual.
There are still payphones?
Whoever it was clearly didn't want us knowing their identity. It may have even been the killer.
Well, was it male? Female? Unknown? Okay, Iba. Well, that was creepy. Okay, she's adorable and creepy. In all fashions. Thanks, Spike Chunsoft. Thanks.
Hello!
No, not hello. I told you not to just pop out of nowhere like that.
I do not understand your concern. Boss knows me by now.
Well, still.
I've been thinking a lot lately. About myself. If I have another mind inside me, am I really me?
Oh, this is trippy.
Well, it reminds me of something Arthur Rimbaud once wrote. I is another.
Meaning what?
You have to figure that out for yourself. That's the point.
Hey, so... about my left eye.
Now's not the time to talk about that.
Hey, what does love mean to you?
So, if you don't get that joke, it's because AI, I, is the word for love in Japanese.
Where is this coming from?
Just answer the question.
Let me guess. You're asking me because the Japanese word for love is I, right? Like a pun? I'm right, aren't I? You dork.
That hurts, you know. Hey, boss, is it possible to do something about her personality?
Don't ask me, I didn't create her. Get Pewter to tinker with her.
Wasn't the AI ball your idea, though?
Yeah, but I didn't choose her personality or the way she talks. You can thank Pewter for that.
My left eyeball is Iba. She sees things differently than I do.
Is that a serious question? We've been partners for 5 years. You know who I am. Aren't I? I receive that compliment frequently.
Your attitude isn't, though.
So, am I cute or not cute?
I was joking.
I don't understand your joke. Can you explain what's funny about it?
Ooh, Iba just ripping him a new one coldly. Nope, not cute at all.
I haven't been getting a lot of exercise lately.
You're joking, right?
It's been 5 years since we first met. One day I got called into the control room and Pewter, the engineer, showed it to me.
The official title is AI Ball. You may call her Iba. The artificial intelligence contained within this sphere is nothing short of miraculous. An autonomous artificial intelligence birthed from collective nanotechnology.
Uh-huh.
Its ability to think is controlled by a program we call the Wadjet system. Special Agent Date, from today forward, this is your partner. She will be your personal computer and your personal companion.
Iba's been living in my head ever since. She gathers info and runs analysis. She can also access wireless networks and hack into other computers. While she's in my eye socket, we communicate through an artificial nerve to my brain. It lets us talk without actually speaking. So
Okay,
why?
really now. What's the real reason you came out?
There is something I need to report to the boss.
To me?
Correct. I could have had the message relayed through Date, but that would have been less efficient. I concluded that it was better to have the both of you hear this together.
Aren't you wasting a lot of time explaining this?
Please listen quietly. I have determined who reported the crime.
Huh?
You have?
So who did it?
I found the payphone that the caller used. It was near the location of the crime, Bloom Park. Thus, I decided to check the surveillance footage of any security cameras operating nearby.
So you found a way into that database?
That is correct. That area has little foot traffic, even less at night. The time of the report was around 9 p.m. Cameras only caught one person in the area around that time. I analyzed the footage and was able to obtain a facial recognition match. They were registered as a person of interest in the police database.
Okay.
Oh my god, who was it?
Matsushita Ota, 24 years old, male.
He does not look 24.
I have marked his address on the map. That is all.
Date?
Way ahead of you, boss. Let's go, Iba.
Affirmative.
When you're able to visit a new destination, map will appear on the bottom right of the screen. Open up the map and pick a destination. You can always check the tutorial by going to Menu, File, Appendix. Alright, well, back inside, Iba.
No,
I'm giving you an order.
does not compute.
Boss is looking at Iba. Well, okay, but I did what I was supposed to do. So you know. Well. Uh-oh. There it goes. Sometimes it, like, stops behaving, my controller, when it's plugged in. I don't know why, but sometimes. Thank you for coming out for this episode of the Somnium Files. It's gonna be a lot of lore dump. It's early in a Spike Chunsoft game, which is, I mean, that's how it is. There's gonna be a lot of info we get. So there might be a lot of talking for a little while. But hey, we have a lead to explore in the next episode, so it'll be great. See you next time. Bye-bye.